You're 18, assisting your uncle in unloading a 140-pound condenser from a sweltering truck at 7 a.m. 2 decades later, Alan Sielbeck sells an identical business. 12 trade shops consolidated for $300 million. Bridging those moments lies a $158 billion industry, a 700-degree refrigerant cap, and approximately 425,000 technicians wielding wrenches. This chronicles every tier of HVAC in America and the true cost of advancement. That's what Level by Level is all about. If you like career breakdowns with real numbers and no fluff, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Level 1. The Helper. You earn $18.81 hourly, with your primary task being to avoid damaging anything before lunch. The truck is packed by 6:30. At 6:45, you're standing at the Johnstone supply counter, observing the lead sign for line set, 2 nitrogen cans, and a 45x5 capacitor. The white Goodman condenser, stenciled with an illegible model number, slides off the lift gate first. You accidentally drop your end on the gravel. The lead says nothing, just stares. By 9 a.m., the attic scorches at 130 degrees. You pass up flex duct, hand down a foil-wrapped boot, and drench your second shirt in sweat. When the lead requests the 7.16 nut driver, you provide a 1/4 inch, which he immediately returns, waiting. You master the magical tool pairing before learning anyone's surname. Around noon, you mistakenly step through a truss, punching a hole in the kitchen ceiling below. The homeowner stands directly underneath. You stop tracking time. The Klein NCV-T3 voltage detector hangs on your hip, the only meter you're permitted to handle. The lead allows you to hold the nitrogen tank while he brazes the suction line, and you observe the flame's color transformation. By Friday, you've encountered a copperhead coiled on a contactor and golf board and consumed lunch in the truck 4 times. The lead suggests you'll obtain an EPA card in a year if you don't quit, which most helpers do. The narrative continues through the progression of HVAC technician levels, detailing the increasing complexity, responsibilities, and expertise required at each stage, from a helper earning $18.81 an hour to a senior technician making $77,200 with specialized certifications and advanced diagnostic skills. Compressor acid burnout on a job. Another technician installed the system last summer. When you cut into the suction line, the oil emerges black with a pungent odor that lingers in your nostrils for 2 days. The entire system requires complete replacement. The specified dryer is oversized by 2 stages. The flush consumes 6 hours. You don't leave until 11 p.m. and ignore your mother's calls. The owner processes the warranty claim through the distributor, informing you on Monday that the initial installation was billed at a flat rate and the callback consumes the entire profit margin. You learn the true cost of a callback and discover that the original system salesperson continues selling while you handle customer complaints. The owner offers you a foreman position. When you inquire about the compensation, he responds, "More, but not enough." Level 4 begins the night you calculate the financials of his truck. You resign on a Tuesday. By Friday, a vinyl shop has stenciled your full name across a used Transit's door, complete with heating and air license number. You finance the truck at 9% and charge $6,000 of inventory to a credit card. Annual take-home varies between $50,000 and $120,000. In the first year, you net $38,000. The phone rings at 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. You manage your own permits. A green mechanical card signed by you is stapled to every disconnect. Bookkeeping happens at the kitchen table after the children sleep. You learn the harsh realities of mechanical liens when a Lakeland general contractor delays an $11,000 invoice for 90 days and stops communicating. You file the lien independently, and get paid within 14 days. The journeyman from level 1 calls in October, recently laid off, asking if you have a truck. You don't yet. In November, you accidentally back into your garage door at 9 p.m., creating a center dent you leave unrepaired for 3 months because the truck is a write-off and the door isn't significant. 70% of new HVAC contractors fail in the first year. You survive by selling changeouts at $8,000 each. Carrier 16 SEER for standard installations, Goodman 14 SEER for rentals, while maintaining margins on every capacitor. Customers arrive through Google reviews and the local diner owner's recommendations. By year 3, you employ 1 helper, own a second truck, and maintain 90 maintenance agreements at $200 annually. During a midnight kitchen table reflection, you recognize these agreements are the only balance sheet item with potential buyer interest. Level 5 marks the year you start hiring irreplaceable talent. 12 trucks generate $4.2 million in revenue, with total compensation ranging from $300,000 to $1 million. Your shop occupies a flex space near a frontage road. Service Titan monitors 3 screens, tracking green and red tickets, dispatch boards, and field technician communications. A Carrier factory authorized dealer plaque adorns the showroom. You now manage 540 maintenance agreements, billed quarterly, which cover rent before the first monthly installation. The Level 1 journeyman now runs your installation crews. You see him at morning meetings, sign his bonus check, and no longer drive trucks unless an emergency occurs. First-year technician turnover ranges from 18 to 22%. You consistently lose 2 helpers per quarter and perpetually recruit. During the summer supply crisis, your Carrier representative confirms allocation is exhausted. On July 8th, with 120 condensers on order and only 31 in the warehouse, you purchase 60 Goodman units from a mobile competitor at cost plus 8%, completing the season. The 5 a.m. alarm no longer wakes you. You rise before it sounds. In January, you attend the AHR Expo in Orlando, spending 3 days and 2 evenings with distributor representatives. During a breakfast meeting, a Navy-suited individual from Apex Service Partners inquires about your trailing 12-month earnings and mentions market platform valuations. Level 6 begins with a March meeting. In February 2000, Alan R. Sielbeck, who started at a single Nashville HVAC shop, consolidated 11 founders into service experts, took the company public on NASDAQ in 1996 at $13 per share, and sold to Lennox International for $300 million. Redwood Services writes average single shop checks around $1 million. Larger platforms like Apex and ServiceLogic purchase multi-truck operations at 6 to 8 times valuation. You sign a letter of intent in May. Due diligence takes 90 days. The buyer seeks the maintenance agreement list, Service Titan database, and truck door brand for a transition period. They want nothing to do with accounts payable, truck loans, or the garage door's dent. Closing occurs on a Thursday in an Atlanta conference room. The wire transfers at 2 p.m. You remain the regional general manager. The journeyman, now your operations lead, receives a retention bonus. Most industry exits are succession-driven, not glory-seeking. The typical owner is 60 and exhausted. You are 47 and equally tired. Level 7 begins the Monday after the wire clears. You're the branded GM. The platform keeps your name on trucks for 18 months. You accompany legacy customers. The diner owner, the woman who recommended you to her sister in 2009, shares the same uniform as the install crew, just with a different patch. The dispatch board still runs Service Titan. Pricing is now set in Atlanta. Earnout comes in 2 tranches, year 1 and year 2, against earnings targets you help to draft. You nail year 1. Year 2 falls short by 6 points because the platform hiked prices 9%, and a third of maintenance agreements didn't renew. By spring, the branded vinyl gets scraped from trucks. The new wrap is gray with a logo no local customer recognizes. The journeyman joins a competitor across town. You don't hold it against him. 31 months after the wire, you sign your final time card as Regional GM. The non-compete extends 3 more years. You drive home in a leased SUV, a Klein N CVT3 on the passenger seat. Some habits die hard. The truck door stencil sits in your garage. You removed it yourself the week before the new wrap with a heat gun and plastic putty knife. The same tool you used at 22 to shrink wire splices in attics. Your last name, license number, start year, all on a curling vinyl sheet leaning against a wall behind a 140-pound condenser you keep for parts. You're 49. Your operations lead works for an unnamed company for 2 more years. The platform that acquired you was itself purchased last quarter by a larger entity. The one that bought Sielbeck 36,000 condensers ago has been carved up and resold 3 times since. R22. Production ended in 2020. R41. OA. Production ceased on January 1st, 2025. The refrigerant you'll spend your career recovering is the one you charged systems with for 2 decades. The man who signed your acquisition was 34 and had never crawled an attic. The 5 a.m. alarm remains set out of habit. You wake before it rings. In August, the journeyman calls. His new company is hiring and wants you to ride along on a few legacy customers off the books. You answer yes before he finishes the sentence.